Hey guys, welcome back to the Friday Vlog, where we discuss activity that goes on here with the BuzWeaver channel. That includes things like current events, headlines that are in the news, pop culture, social media, technology, and items of interest that come up during the week that allow us to have a little bit of a dialogue. I want to thank all of you guys on BitChute, Rumble, and Odyssey for your guys' continued support here in 2022, and of course all you guys here on YouTube.
All right, guys, so before we get started, I just want to let you know that I have activated the Super Chats Thanks button down here in the bottom right-hand side of the screen here as you watch a video. If you guys wish to donate directly from there, you are welcome to. And, of course, I always encourage you guys in the simplest way. If you want to do it even easier, you can just go to my main page, click on the Amazon link. If you're an Amazon Prime member and or order frequently from Amazon, if you would just use that link to place your orders, that's another great and easy invasive way to donate to the channel to help out. So I appreciate that if you guys want to take that as under consideration. So probably one of the biggest stories this week, of course, was the leaking of Justice Alito's opinion overturning Roe versus Wade. Getting straight to the point, I still don't believe, as much as I've heard both sides argue this point, I just don't see that it could have been leaked from someone on the right. There just isn't any particular advantage to doing that, even when they say that it would allow states a little bit of a heads up or some time to organize and plan and or to get the justices all lined up in a row. But I think it would be more of an argument that this would be a cancel culture maneuver, particularly since, one, we're in the midterms, and, of course, the Democrats are keeping an eye on how bad they're polling, and it is terrible for them. And this is what they like. They like the chaos. They like the disorder. They like the mayhem. They like the confusion. They like people to be worried and upset and not entirely informed, because this is not eliminating abortion. This is simply returning the decisions back to the states. So it's been misrepresented. So where's the concern for misinformation and disinformation, right? NPR. Roe v. Wade and the future of reproductive rights in America. The Supreme Court marshal leading the leak investigation is a career Army lawyer. Now, I'm not particularly concerned about who's leading it, because each of the justices has 4 aides, so there's 36 in total. And it shouldn't be too difficult to figure out, narrowing all this down. And in my opinion, I think it's someone on the left. I don't know whether or not they'll even reveal the political alignment or even the justice aide who did this, because it's just so polarizing right now. But everything is leading to someone on the left, because this is the chaos, this is the disorder that they enjoy. This is what they like. They like this chaos and wrangling that's going on. And they leaked it to Politico. Politico is not a right-leaning conservative agency that would be able to use this to any sort of an advantage for them. Absolutely not. As a matter of fact, having leaked it to a conservative would have led even more outrage. So while the public continues processing the contents of the leaked draft opinion overturning Roe versus Wade, the Supreme Court is trying to figure out how it got out in the first place. Chief Justice John Roberts stressed in a Tuesday statement that the draft opinion does not represent the court's final decision. He called the leak a betrayal of the confidence of the court, but vowed that its work will not be affected in any way. So if you are a foreigner, if you are not an American, our highest court in the land is the Supreme Court. And you may have also heard that this has never happened in the history of the Supreme Court. So this is incredibly egregious, a violation of our highest court, and it really compromises the authority and really puts a lot of distrust into it. Who is the one who benefits more from the chaos and disorder and uncertainty than Democrats? Of course, that's my very, 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 very biased opinion. From the Daily Mail, huge fences put up at the Supreme Court and justices cancel events as left-wing groups call for protests at their homes and law enforcement braces for violence and over the Roe v. Wade leak. So here they are. They're doxing basically the chief justices. Is that not a form of insurrection? They're coming after the justices. The justices had to cancel their events as left-wing groups call for protests at their homes? That's absolutely correct, because we look down here. Left-wing groups are planning to send activists and protesters to the homes of conservative justices. Okay, where's the calls for insurrection? Where's the call? Where's the concern for the ultra violence? You know, supposedly it was with white supremacists are the main concern here that we all have to be worried about. An activist group called Ruth Sent Us has published the supposed addresses of Justice Samuel Alito, Clarence Thomas, Neil Gorsuch, Brett Kavanaugh, and Amy Coney Barrett. These are not the left-leaning justices. These are the conservative justices. And Chief Justice John Roberts, who is kind of a fence sitter at best. But even when Kavanaugh was introduced into the Supreme Court, he had already made rulings in Mississippi already for the rights of abortion, or under special conditions, of course. And this is the other thing I want to point out, because one of my viral videos is of Elizabeth Warren just lambasting the Supreme Court and being visibly shaken to the core, angry that this is going on. But she said 69% of people support abortion. 69% of people support under certain conditions, right? And I've got all the stats for all that. That's probably for another video, but I have all those stats. If you're not following me on social media, go ahead and make sure that you are, because I have all that information there. But here we have it. The activist group called Ruth Sent Us has published the supposed addresses of Justices Samuel Alito and so forth and so on. Absolutely outrageous. Where's the outrage over that? So cops clashed with pro-abortion protesters in L.A. as pro-abortion, okay, in L.A. as thousands demonstrate across America one day after leaked draft opinion showed the Supreme Court is likely to overturn Roe versus Wade. Okay, so where do you guys ever see like the right-wing people? Where do you ever see pictures of right-wing extremists out there doing exactly what you see here? Los Angeles, a Department of Homeland Security vehicle was filmed driving into a crowd of abortion rights protesters in downtown Los Angeles Tuesday night. Unbelievable. The agents then got out of the vehicles and told swarming protesters repeatedly to back up. I'm not even sure. I guess they went out there because they're in the middle of the street. So video posted online showed a DHS agent shoving the protesters backwards in a very febrile situation. That's very interesting. Or febrile, which is a fever-ish or in a very nervous or excited way is what that actually, I very rarely see that term. But the unidentified agent was one of several who responded to the scene on Pershing Square. I'm sorry. I can barely read it from where I'm sitting, guys. I'm like a half a mile away from here. But nonetheless, you can see all of this here. And here's the little shove right here. He's saying, get back, get back. And then he just kind of taps him on the shoulder and then gives him a little push and back off, as though that's some kind of police brutality. And here's the most amazing thing. So we're back to Politico. And this is why I still think it's someone on the left that leaked it, because Politico is not a right-wing or a conservative news organization. They are not. They are absolutely left. They also like to play the middle, and they like to play both sides of the fence if it suits them. Biden. MAGA is the most extreme political organization in recent U.S. history. Is that right? Has Biden seen any of this right here? Has he seen any of this? Does Biden remember what happened in May 2 years ago this month? Does he not remember what happened? You guys know I show this from time to time. Right here, 1, 2, 3, 4 months worth of protesting, rioting. And it didn't stop. It went on and on and on. This was as far as this particular coverage took place. So this goes to show you who's the real threat. Where's the real danger? Where's the real problem? Again, I ask these people, where is all the right-wing violence out there on the streets? Where is it? Where are all the police clashes with right-wing people? Where are the police clashes with the Proud Boys or the Oath Keepers? Where are those clashes? I don't ever see them. I see them clashing with Antifa. So Biden, establishment appointed vote by mail surrogate president Joe Biden on Wednesday escalated his rhetorical attacks on the Republican Party and rebuked former President Donald Trump's enduring grip on the GOP. Enduring grip. Wow. So this MAGA crowd is really the most extreme political organization that existed in American history. Really? In recent American history. So they had to kind of rechange what he was saying, because this is another one of those Hillary Clinton deplorable moments. So this is deplorable 2.0 version with Biden. Told reporters at the White House, referring to Trump's Make America Great Again movement. We know who they are, you dummies. You don't have to tell us who they are. We already know what's going on. But nonetheless, I thought it was extraordinary, is it not, that he wants to sit here and still go on the MAGA rant, like they did with Nicholas Salmon, who sued them for slander and defamation. And, of course, Kyle Rittenhouse as well. So we've seen plenty of people that were accused of doing a few examples, like very few. I mean, the best that they have is Charlottesville and the Capitol 6, where we have months, if not years, of protesting that's been going on. Then you got the Chaz, where they took over 6 blocks there in Portland as well. There is tons of examples. I have tons and tons and tons of examples that I've covered here on my channel of what the left has done. I have very rarely seen, believe me, you guys know this, if there was a severe rash of this clashing going on with white supremacists, you would see it all over TV. It would be all over the mainstream media, but you never see it. Why? Because it rarely happens. I mean, look at it. Just right here, just from the protesters, we see it here. Don't you think that if there was some white supremacist activity as bad as this, that the media wouldn't be all over it? The media would be all over it, all over it. But as you can see here, look at the protests. We see this. We have seen this for 2 years. Oh, look at her face. Wow. All of this. Where are the white supremacy photographs? There's a pink hat person. Where have you guys ever seen the right? Look at that. Is that an insurrection? Can we call that an insurrection? Here they are at the different capitals. This is in Oklahoma. So this is in Oklahoma City, Washington, D.C. And, of course, never again. It's totally misrepresented. Totally misrepresented. Near total bans. Near total bans, but not a ban. Limited bans. It was supposed to be legal and rare. When it was originally created, Roe versus Wade was supposed to be legal and rare. But, of course, when you give someone an inch, particularly the left, they want the whole entire mile. They want to own the whole thing. And this is what I found absolutely hilarious. Joe Behard from The View. And Donald Trump Jr. says, I don't think the ladies on The View participating in a sex strike is going to have the effect they intend. Just saying. So here we have it. Joe Behard is suggesting, if nothing else, abstinence, which is what people have been saying for young people anyway. But in general, she's not referring to young people in high schools and stuff, but often the argument is that they should teach children abstinence. Of course, children are going to be children, but I found this absolutely hilarious. What better way to ensure that a woman doesn't get pregnant than not to have sex, right? I mean, come on, give me a break. Now, I'm probably going to be demonetized for having said that, but nonetheless, guys, that's what I have for you guys this Friday.
All right, guys, so that's going to wrap it up for this Friday vlog. Thank you for the likes, the shares, and the comments. And of course, below this video, you can find the various social media links to my social media where I post daily. You guys can track what I do and say there. And of course, all of you watching on Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey, thank you guys for your continued support. It's been quite amazing, actually. And all those here on YouTube, thank you guys so much for your continued support. And appearing there on the screen, that would be the channel icon you can click on to subscribe, as well as select notifications. That way you know when there's content here on the channel. And I'll see all you guys right there behind the camera next week.